Teams back out on the court as the Cardinal look to take control here in the second set and make their statement. The Cardinal have slid all the way down to number 17 in the country, but a big win here would prove to a lot of the national committee that they are here and that they are a legitimate team, even being so young.
But not only that, a lot due to injuries and roster changes, none of the players are really playing in their natural positions. Few of the players are, but it seems that Coach Dunning has been experimenting all along, tinkering to find the lineups that work the best, and so far he seems to have found something at the USC game and is now continuing on that trend today.
Back to serve. The Huskies start off the second set. Gray sets far side for Plummer off the block, and she gets a kill to start it off. And so far the Huskies have no answer. She was the leading killer at Washington and getting it done here again tonight.
And Catherine Plummer with her 8th kill on the night so far, and just hitting with a lot of confidence right now.
Morgan Hentz back to serve, and it goes just long. It's a service error as it goes a little wide. Schwann back to serve for the Huskies. Their leading killer so far, Courtney Schwann, back to serve here. Dug nicely. Gray sets near side for Plummer. Her roll shot. Huskies dig it out, hitting over McPherson. McKenna for Gray. Slide Fitzmaurice, and she gets the kill as the ball finds the back line.
There you go. Some really nice heads-up play. Catherine Plummer sort of being very deceptive there with her little tiny roll shot, but it was ultimately Adriana Fitzmaurice with a really nice finish.
Jenna Gray back to serve from the far left corner. Takes a breath, gets it over nicely. Struggled with. Tanner sets near side for Scambray. Off the block. The Huskies regain. Schwann for Scambray. Once again off the block. The Huskies get the point this time, but the Cardinal were there.
But it's a good blocking look with Loretta Lutz and Adriana Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice, 6'6", Loretta Lutz, 6'8", trying to form the wall, but that block just unfortunately fell wide.
McPherson back to serve. McKenna struggles. Gray will set far side for Lutz, and she's blocked down by Chrissy Jones. In there as well was DeHoog.
That's a first big block by Chrissy Jones, and Chrissy just had a big cheer of confidence there from that block.
3-2 Washington, up by 1 here in the second. McPherson back to serve. Dug out by Hentz. Gray will set up the middle, goes Fitzmaurice, and she's blocked down by Jones. Scambray in on the assist.
2 consecutive blocks by Chrissy Jones, and the Cardinal are just hitting straight into her block right now at this point.
Look for a side out and a sub in of Inkia Joniku for the Cardinal. McPherson back to serve. McKenna digs. Gray will set near side for Plummer. And the block goes out of bounds, point to the Cardinal. But that one got blocked down and sort of just rolled along the net and nearly fell down on the side of Stanford.
The tape gave a little bit of an assist there as the ball was spinning really out of control.
Plummer back to serve. It's a good one down here. McPherson for Tanner. Up the middle goes Jones. Hentz digs it out, but it goes into the first row. Somehow saved by Vonyak as she goes into the Pac-12 network table, but unable to save it.
That's a big effort by Vonyak. Vonyak, given that if that table hadn't been there, she would have easily hopped into the stands to save that shot.
July back to serve. 5-3, the Huskies up 2. The serve, Plummer digs well. Gray will set near side for Fitzmaurice. And they're going to give the point to the Huskies as it was a miss hit. And so far, the Cardinal have 3 hitting errors in this set alone, and only had 2 in the first. July back to serve. Hentz digs. Gray will set for Vonyak, and she gets a big kill here on a stack play.
Oh, Vonyak wanted to peel the leather off that ball. That was a huge swing by Ivani Vonyak, and it hit right into the block, but the block fell down for a Cardinal point.
Fitzmaurice back to serve for the Cardinal. McPherson digs. Tanner will set near side for Scambray. Her roll shot dug out by Gray. Fitzmaurice will set near side for Lutz. McPherson digs. Tanner will set. From the back line goes Schwann, and her roll shot goes out of bounds, and the point goes to Stanford off of a miss hit. 6-5 Stanford down by 1, but playing good volleyball here tonight in front of their home fans, where they've struggled at times this season but look to play well tonight. Tanner sets far side for Jones off the block. Fitzmaurice digs it out. Plummer will set for Vonyak, far side. And Schwann will set for Scambray. Plummer digs it out. Gray will set near side for Moretta Lutz. Gets a big swing down, and she gets the kill, and the Cardinal have tied it up at 6.
Cardinal are hitting with a little bit more confidence. They left their foot off the accelerator early in this second set, but now Moretta Lutz, Plummer, Vonyak, all hitting with a lot of power.
Fitzmaurice back to serve. Schwann has trouble digging it, and the Cardinal have a service ace from Fitzmaurice here, and they take the lead at 7-6. And I really think the message that Ajanaku was sending at that game at USC was to hit with some force and some power, and the Cardinal really hitting the ball well here. Fitzmaurice with a good serve. Schwann struggles. From the back line, Gojolai dug out by Plummer. High in the air, Gray will set. Near side for Vonyak, she's gonna 3-ball it over. Schwann for Tanner. Far side, Chrissy Jones dug out by Gray. Plummer will set far side for Vonyak. Big swing, but it goes off the tape and onto the side of the Cardinal. And we're tied up at 7. Scambray will go back to serve. Teams have switched sides here in the second, with Washington now in front of us here at the announcer's booth. Scambray back to serve. Just gets over the net. Vonyak digs. Gray will set near side for Lutz, and she gets the kill. The set was a little far back, but Moretta doing a nice recovery job right there to get it down.
And Moretta using her long frame to sort of reach back and try to get that shot. And if she weren't 6'8", she would not have been able to make that shot.
Using all of that impressive frame there to get the kill. Humphreys on the serve. McPherson digs play at the net, and Tanner gets the kill on a pushover shot. Similar to what Jenna Gray's been doing quite a lot lately, but
Tanner did a lot of those sort of setter pushover shots like that at the game in Seattle.
Jones on the serve. Plummer digs. Gray will set awkwardly for Vonyak. Her swing. Play at the net. Cardinal dig it out. Gray will set. Slide. Ajanaku. Big slide, and the 5th-year senior gets a big kill there. That's her 4th of the game, but one of her best plays probably all season.
Absolutely. That was a point that the Cardinal had no business winning, and the Cardinal were kind of out of sorts for most of that point until that incredible set by Jenna Gray. Slide all the way, and a great point for the Cardinal.
McKenna back to serve. It's a good one. McPherson for Tanner. Near side for Schwann, and she gets the kill as Hens couldn't get to it. And really, Ajanaku missed that game at UCLA with an ankle injury that she got during warm-ups. Was wearing a boot after the second set and kind of hobbling around. Had a big game at USC. Coaches told her to only play 70%, and she's back to her full game here tonight. Gray will set for Plummer on the outside, and she hits it just long. Point to Washington off of a hitting error.
I'm not certain there wasn't a touch on that. It looked like a touch for me, but the referees do not call it that way.
10-9, that was Plummer's first hitting error. She's got 9 kills though in this one. Playing well. Service error from Tanner on that one, and the Cardinal get one back. For the Huskies, only 1 hitting error to 4 kills in this one. The Cardinal do have 7 kills, but 5 hitting errors in this set, with Hens going back to serve. She gets a good one down here. Schwann struggles. Tanner will set near side for DeHoop. Dug out by Plummer. Gray will set, tries to stuff it over the net, and she gets it to go.
Oh, some very, very tight joust up at the net there, and it was Jenna Gray with the victory joust. It fell off the knee of a Husky player, and point to the Cardinal.
This is a young unit with Hens back to serve. Gets a good one down here. Schwann for Tanner. From the back line goes Scambray, and she mishits it, and the Cardinal get another point. And as we mentioned, being such a young team here in the Cardinal, they're playing 4 freshmen out on the court right now.
Absolutely, and yet they started off that second set with a little bit of tentativeness, but now they're really starting to ratchet up the pressure and maintain that tenuous lead that they have. The Cardinal are up 12-10 over the Huskies here in the middle of the second set.
For the Cardinal going forward, they play the Washington State Cougars on Friday. that game at 6 p.m. We will be bringing you that on 90.1 FM here.
And the Cardinals dropped that 5-setter up there in Pullman, Washington, and they look to atone for that loss here on their home court. It's a tough road trip, of course, for the Pac-12 teams, all traveling many hundreds of miles, and we as well have to travel many hundreds of miles here on KZSU. We have a road trip looking to go to Colorado and Utah, as well as Arizona and the Arizona State coming up. So if you can send us any bit of support to KZSU, feel free to go to KZSU's website, kzsu.stanford.edu, and click the donate button. That's how you can send us a little bit of money to help defray our travel costs, but also you can mail us a check to P.O. Box 20190, Stanford, California 94309, and send our volleyball broadcasters like Jimmy, who did a great road trip to USC and UCLA just last week.
Great time in Los Angeles as the Cardinal went 1-1, dropped a tough game to UCLA.
But UCLA has some great athletes on that squad.
Jordan Anderson, by far their best player, didn't even play in the first set, ended up with 16 kills in 4 sets. Only played 3 though. Second set here, far side, they go for Schwann, dug out by Gray. Humphreys will set far side for Plummer, and Tanner will save it somehow. Free balling it over Scambray, and she gets the kill as McKenna and Hentz couldn't have any good communication on the back line right there.
Well, that was a point that the Cardinals should have gotten. They wanted that one back. Unfortunately, it fell down to a miscommunication on the back line between McKenna and Hentz.
Schwann on the serve, dug out, McKenna. Gray will set, slide, Fitzmaurice. McPherson tries to dig it out, and it comes over here at the announcer's booth. As Scambray tried to save it, she kind of came running into you, Jack, and she was unable to save it.
Unfortunately, the sideline just got in the way of all that action. There was the balls that were flying to the Washington bench and now to the scoring table as well. So just all out of position for the Huskies.
13-11, Jenna Gray back to serve here. It's a good one, Scambray for Tanner. Near side for DeHoog. And she sends it long, another hitting error for the Huskies. That's their 4th hitting error of this set. The Cardinals have had 5 hitting errors, but do have 4 more kills as they have been on the attack all night long. Gray back to serve from the far left corner. She gets a good one down here as struggling with it was Schwann. Service ace for Jenna Gray.
And good serving has been bailing out the Cardinal throughout this second set so far.
Timeout is taken by Washington. It's 15-11, and the Cardinal, after struggling against UCLA, turned on the Jets against USC and have kept their foot on the gas pedal as they have come home. And for this Cardinal, they haven't really played a lot of games on short rest this year, as they've kind of got a shorter schedule this season. They've had about a week in between games for the most part, mainly playing on the weekends. Having a game here on a Wednesday night,
it's tough. It's tough to have these games in the middle of the week, and I think a lot of it has to do with the Pac-12 network scheduling. They want to try to maximize as much TV audience as possible, but it does throw a kink into the student-athlete schedules, because you're talking about bringing your whole team down from your campus up there in Seattle to come down here to play in the middle of the week, and exams and classes, very, very tough to deal with when you're traveling and playing games in the middle of the week.
Around volleyball in the nation, Nebraska regaining control of that #1 spot in the top 25, getting all 64 first place votes, a dominant team at the top. Big note, San Diego, who came in here and beat the Cardinal on opening night, 19-2 on the season on a current 17-game win streak.
Phenomenal team.
Playing great volleyball. That was a game in which the Cardinal actually led after 2 sets here at home, but kind of threw in some of their reserves trying to test out some lineups. And San Diego came back from 2 sets down to win in 5 and have been playing great volleyball, a 17-game win streak, as they look to have a high seed in the NCAA tournament coming up in December, in which the Cardinal look to maybe host a round or two. Tanner sets, and getting the kill up the middle was Bajema for the Huskies. She'll sub out of the game, though, for Chrissy Jones. And McPherson will go back to serve. 15-12. McPherson from the near left corner sends it into the net. Service error. And Stanford just getting points now easily off of just simple hitting errors now from the Huskies.
Absolutely. The Huskies can't afford to have service errors like that and trade points with the Cardinal with this 4-point lead so far in this second set.
Plummer goes back to serve. The 6'6" freshman doing a great job from the service line here. Tanner sets for Jones up the middle. And Chrissy gets a big swing down there and gets the kill for the Huskies.
Chrissy Jones with her 5th kill of the night so far, and she was far and away the kill leader at that match up there in Seattle a month ago.
Jalal back to serve now for the Huskies. The righty gets a good one down here. Hand struggles with it. Lutz will set, play at the net. And it falls onto the side of the Cardinal as Vonyak tried to push it over but let it go as she thought it might travel over the net. It didn't. And the Huskies within 2 now here. July back to serve. Plummer digs well. Gray sets near side for Fitzmaurice. Schwann tries to dig. Getting to it is Tanner. From the back line, dug out by Plummer here. Gray sets far side for Vonyak. Swinging around the block, Schwann struggles to get to it. McPherson throws one hand at it, and it goes out of bounds. And so far, Vonyak, with her 5th kill, has 3 hitting errors, but you wouldn't know it by the way she's played so far in this one.
Yeah, I think she's still hitting with a lot of confidence and drilling the ball in a very, very tough positions for the Huskies to defend.
Fitzmaurice back to serve. She's fared pretty well so far from there this season. McPherson for Tanner. From the back line go the Huskies, dug out by Ajanaku. Gray sets near side for Lutz. Off the block, the Cardinal get the kill. As the ball sort of kind of lands at us here at the announcer's booth. And we're waiting for them to pick up the ball. 18-14, Fitzmaurice able to control the service line here as she's done so far in the last couple of games. Good serve here, McPherson. For Tanner, far side Jones gets a big swing down, Plummer digs it out. Gray will set up the middle, goes Ajanaku, and she gets the big kill up the middle.
And Ajanaku's been hitting a lot on the outside, but in this situation, she was just right in the middle, playing middle blocker and just crushed it home.
The Cardinals suit 16 players, 14 of them though only here tonight as of injury, but teams only playing a short rotation as they've sort of found their schemes that work. Jones goes up the middle for the Huskies and she gets a kill here.
And Jones now ties Scambray with 6 kills apiece, and if Jones gets hot, the Cardinal really need to make some adjustments because she's a tough one to manage.
And Jones with no hitting errors so far in this one, playing good volleyball. Scambray on the serve, Vonyak digs. Gray will set near side for Moretta Lutz, and she hits it just long. Point to the Huskies. It's 19-16, Stanford up by 3 as they look to take the second set here at home and really push the issue against the number 7 ranked team, the Washington Huskies. Scambray back to serve. Just gets it over. Vonyak with a nice dig. Great for Ajanaku up the middle. Off the block, she gets the kill. The Cardinal 5 points away now.
Ajanaku hitting really, really well from the middle. They're not running the slide to the outside for her, but Ajanaku is such a physical presence up at the net and drills it home.
Humphreys back to serve here. Dug out by Schwann. Tanner will set. Far side for Jones. Off the block, dug out by Plummer. Gray will set. Far side, Vonyak. Big kill off the block goes Ivana Vonyak. And an interesting play right there as Ajanaku slid out. The defense was pulled and leaving a wide open one-on-one for Ivana Vonyak on the outside. Great play there drawn up by the Cardinal. Humphreys on the serve. Schwann digs. Tanner sets near side back for Schwann, and she gets the kill off the block. And surprising that Schwann hasn't had more opportunities, only 4 kills. She's their leading killer on the season at this point, but so far not really involved in the offense. Stanford really outswinging Washington with 31 kills here so far through 2. Plummer for Gray, pushes it over, play at the net. And the Cardinal get the point as it was a little bit of an overpass from the back line of Scambray. And Stanford really looking in just total control of this game so far.
That's just heads-up play by your setter, and when you can read the overpass and just flip it over and tap it over that way, it's a quick and easy point.
Washington 9-0 on the road this season. The Cardinal looking to put a little blemish on that category. Service ace! Holland McKenna, the Cardinal are rolling all around right now. And this is a very similar look to how they played against USC. The Trojans not quite the quality of opponent as the Huskies are, but Stanford not letting that get in the way of how they're playing offensively. Good serve here. Struggle with Tanner, sets near side for Schwann. And Schwann gets a kill here. It's 23-18. And now they're starting to get Courtney Schwann into the action offensively. This would be a huge win for Stanford here on their home court before welcoming Wazoo on Friday. Tanner with a serve, Plummer Diggs. Great. Three-balling it over Ajanaku off of an awkward set. Tanner. And Bajima up the middle gets the kill, 23-19.
Iggy Ajanaku kind of misread the set. I think she was going out wide for a slide, but recorrected her position and tried to just tap it over, but it led to a Husky point.
Tanner back to serve here. Hens steps in front of McKenna. Gray will set far side for Plummer off the block. McPherson somehow gets to it. Three-balling it over Schwann. Plummer Diggs. Gray will set near side for Ajanaku. Big kill off the block. And the Cardinal at set point here in the second. And so far, the Cardinal being led by their fifth-year senior here. And Stanford looking to take control 2-0 here on their home court. They've struggled putting away teams. They've figured it out, it looks like here, as Hens goes back to serve for the set. Morgan gets a good one down here. Schwann. Tanner up the middle goes Bajima. Dug out by Humphreys. Gray will set for Plummer on the far side. Play at the net. And it falls onto the side of the Huskies. And now Washington will serve with Schwann. 24-20.
And all that adrenaline on the side of the Cardinal, it led to a mishit by Catherine Plummer, but we look to her to correct it on this point.
Schwann with a good serve here. Gray sets far side for Plummer off the block, dug out. Tanner sets near side for Scambray off the block, dug out by the Cardinal. Onto the side of the Huskies, Tanner far side, block back down. Schwann will set near side for Scambray, off the block, and the Cardinal take the second set, 25-20. Fitzmaurice big on that one there.
What a great way to close out that point. Adriana Fitzmaurice, but also credit the play of Catherine Plummer and good heads-up defensive activity overall on that point. But the Cardinal did not let their foot off the accelerator in that second set. They got it off to a slightly slow start.